Girl, I don't know what's come over me. I've made my plan and you're in it, girl.
Man, this, Lord, this tune
You see, we have a guest.
Bless up, my brother.
Bless up, man.
Yeah, man. We were just over here vibing to the music until you came on, man. And wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Give thanks, man.
I want to read something real quick before I get started. I do music because it's my first love and where my passion lies. For me, it's about a message, one of love, hope, kindness, selflessness, and also an opportunity to share a piece of myself with others. You know what? Like, bro, when I listen to the music, it's like all those words, you can almost hear it in the music, if that makes sense.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean? It's like a pure vibes, bro. Now let's go way back to when you were 8 years old, singing in church.
Yeah.
Did you know then you wanted to go to, you know, the Rasta type of liberty? Because I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, right? And
yeah, me too.
Okay. so growing up Seventh-day Adventist, nowhere your parents figured you would have took the Rasta vibes, the Rasta road. Yeah. You know what I mean? How do they feel now that you're on this side of this defense, so to speak?
Well, yes, that's it. That's it precisely. They consider me on this side of the fence.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, we all have the right to believe what we want to believe and how we want to believe it. And, you know, God is within all of us, and we all have a right to worship him in whatever way we please and choose, you know what I mean, no matter what day or how that might look like, you know. So,
right.
You know, they have their thing, you know. And they feel how they feel, and it's okay, it's fine. You know, it used to make me feel that way, you know what I mean? But like now I feel like I've grown past that, you know what I mean? I feel like, as I say, everybody really just has the right to what they want in their heart and soul, you know, or what they're willing to tolerate around them. So, yeah.
You know, from the outside looking in, bro, I feel like, and it's how I feel, right? Like they should look at you and say, you know what? Nah, man, that man is onto something. He was on the right path for him. But what I've realized, because I experienced the same thing, right? Sometimes people are so caught up in their own selves and fear, right? Fear of going to hell, you know, because I think religion is fear-based.
Yeah.
I don't think religion is bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just think it's fear-based, and people are so afraid to go, so to speak, down there to where they'll kind of like cut off people who, no matter how good you do, man, you know what I mean? They still will look at you a certain way. But it's a blessing to have you on the show, bro. My name is Supa, and that's Uncle L, by the way.
Blessings, lots of love. Give thanks for having me. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for rocking with the music we make, man.
Yeah.
Respect.
Wait, first of all, I want to go back and play the first song. I'm feeling myself, bro, because I just bought this mix cast and I can play music too, so nobody can right now. But look, this is the first Mortimer song I ever heard that made me pay attention. Let me let it play for a little while, bro.
Come the man called Mortimer, the overstand now.
I need some sound effects right now.
Not every smile a smile. Sometimes it takes a closer look to really realize. To see beneath the jacks of many faces wearing smiles. If our visions were X-ray, we see the evil in their eyes. And I know every friend a friend. I know for them they're around, but just a few are genuine. Connect yourself with Jah and you will feel their energies. No fun to see you fall and would have trade for anything. But I tell you, just be careful of the ones you call your friends. Cause none for them a snake, them filled with jealousy. And they will let you down.
Man, you know why I felt that song so much? Because it's me in a sense, right? I grew up a humble cat from humble beginnings, grew up with my grandmother in Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I felt like, man, everybody felt like me in the world, right? So the love that I showed them, I would get the same love back. And it was a hard thing to accept that, man, everybody is not like me. Sometimes people look at my kindness and take it for a weakness, like, oh, he won't complain too much, so I'm gonna steady use him as much as I can, you know? So when you write music, is it from personal experience, other people's experiences?
Yeah, always personal experience, you know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with storytelling or
Right.
or perspective from somebody else's view, somebody else's perspective, but yeah. I write all of them from personal experience. But you know what it is though? I feel like, especially with you and I having this in common, one of the things is that you mentioned fear, and it's a real thing, and it's not just fear of going to hell, it's like a whole fear of any other information than they think they know, or that we think we know as just human beings, you know what I mean? It's change.
Right.
Anything, like there's traditions steeped so deep that the moment there's anything else that seems, it's like they're going to take it as a threat to what they know.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the truth is there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know, and then they hang on to what they think they know, and then when something else comes up, it's like, oh no, this couldn't be this way because this is supposed to be that way. I heard somebody ask, I don't remember who it was the other day, Spragga Benz, I think it was. Somebody asked him, what's one of the things he is open-minded to, and he was saying that he has an open mind to change and information, you know what I mean? Not hanging on to one thing, feeling like it's the only way, you know what I mean? Like life is a multiplicity of views and ways and hows and whys, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it would never be just one way. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, man. I'll sit back and take in the information, because while you're talking, I'm also taking in information because I feel that way. One thing that really changed me is that thought process. One of the things I should say, right? Just knowing that I don't know everything. And then some of the things I believed in strongly, I could be wrong about it. And if somebody can show me the way, then I'm like, oh man, okay, I was wrong about that. But so many people don't take that attitude towards life. You know what I mean? Speaking of talking too much, I always do this, bro. I take over the whole interview. And Uncle L is here, and Uncle L, I'm sure he has some good questions. So I'll let Uncle L jump in. I'll come right back in after.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we do. I know there's one question that you're definitely gonna ask, Neil.
Yes,
so I'm gonna, I'll let you ask that question. I mean, we've been doing a show together for almost, a long time. I won't date ourselves, but the question I have for you, so Mortimer, I was kind of introduced to you through the first song you did with Protoje on his Ancient Future album, that song called Protection. And pretty much it was just one of those things, like, that, because I'm a big Protoje fan, and obviously become a fan of yours too. And but the first time I heard that song, I was just like, ooh, who's this voice? Who's this singer? And your style is so unique and just different. So is there a story behind two of y'all linked up to put that song together? And could you share that?
Oh yeah, for sure. At the time I was working with I was working on some music with Paris. He plays for Indignation. He's a keyboardist. the time. I think they're about to go on tour, rehearsing for some show. And because he and I were doing some music together, you know, I'd mentioned to him one of the times, say, oh, like I'd love to come sit in on one of the rehearsals one of the time. And he invited me to a rehearsal, and when I went to the rehearsal, I met Winta for the first time, Winta James, and Protoje. So no, yeah, you know, I wasn't meeting Protoje for the first time, but you know, yeah, so I saw everybody there at the time, and you know, they were listening to the music that Paris and I were making,
right?
And you know, they liked the music, and they said that they had, you know, a project that they were working on, and they would, you know, and the whole thing just happened naturally, and we just went in, and yeah.
Right. So it's like they just heard you, and they were like, "Oh, let's
Yeah,
get you on this track."
yeah, definitely. They just heard the music we're making, and they were just like, "Yo, you know, I think he would be a good voice for the chorus." You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play just like a little piece of protection. I got to play in the background. Let me start it from the front and turn it up a little bit. I want people to hear this.
A word unto the wise is enough. You can look but don't touch my relations and such. Cause out here in this jungle we roam. Everything has its strong. And if you enter my zone, I'm about to protect my own. Protect my own. I will protect my own. Protect my own. Red basket from birth to the casket of bird. They've been talking some words. I look past it. I was brought up and taught up the tactics.
All right, go ahead, Uncle Ed. I'm just really proud of my mixed guests.
No worries, man. No, yeah, and it's. And I'll just kind of pick up from there. So obviously that first song, Protection, came about, and then you guys did another song, Truths and Rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that one. Was it just like, wow, we had a big hit, let's do it again? Or what was it?
No, it wasn't any of that, none at all. It was just purely work, you know what I mean? Just the works that we have to do.
Right. So y'all just had a connection, and
I
let's just continue.
actually, that rhythm, I heard that rhythm first. Winta played that rhythm for me, and I hadn't worked on it yet, and then the next time I heard it, that was what was happening on it, and then with this, I was like, oh, whoa, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, we just worked on it.
Yeah,
definitely, just yeah. But it wasn't one of those, you know, we have a big hit, so.
Well, speaking of big hits, I mean, you ever look back at your music and, you know, like even your more popular songs and be like, wow, that turned out better than I thought it would? Or are you like, man, I know I'm good, I know I could do it, you know. Does your music ever surprise you, or the success of your music ever surprise you?
Yeah, man, it does all the time, every single day. Every single day. It's crazy to see how people react to my heart's utterings. It's amazing to see too, you know what I mean? That at least I feel like if I die today or tomorrow or whenever, I feel like, you know, I would have touched somebody's heart, and that's super cool to me. You know what I mean? That as a human being, well, I created something, or allowed whatever was created in the first place to move through me in such a way that it influences or uplifts somebody else. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that for sure.
Yeah. I would be. Yeah. Neil?
You know, it's just in a world where I get to connect, you know what I mean, with people, like in a world where connection isn't the most popular thing anymore, you know. We're so, and it's not that it's from a bad place necessarily. It's just like life, you know. Sometimes we're dealing with life as individuals, and we kind of forget just the simple things, you know what I mean? To just check up on somebody, or, you know, probably have a more of a meaningful relationship with the ones around you than just a hail up, and you probably say you know a man because you probably hail him a couple of times, but you know, just how much do you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like we kind of die a lot of the times. A lot of people die with just people who knew of them and didn't know them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you go to funerals every day of people who you knew of, but you didn't really truly know. You know what I mean? And so that part I feel like is missing, because we all, you know, there's an invisible, there's a connection between us anyway. So, you know, why not just say, you know what I mean, walking like we're so different. Anyway, yeah.
No, man, you're absolutely right, because the world is energy and vibration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which connects us all. It's all a oneness. That's why they say God is omnipresent, because he's in everybody and everything. The breeze that blow, you know, the trees that grow, you know, the water. It's just like God is in everything, and we don't realize that at times. And it makes us, I think, not realize how powerful we are as humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so much negative energy in the world that it most oftentimes seems to take over in the actions of humans, in the music we make just to be popular. You know what I mean? And it's not that connection that you talk about. So, bro, when I hear your music, it's like I feel something, and I feel something good. You know what I mean? And I don't know if anybody ever told you, if you notice, but you are here specifically, bro, for a reason. And I think that reason is partly to change the world in one of your I don't know if it's your favorite artist, but one of the guys who inspired you in a Bob Marley-esque type of way. You know what I mean? Where you can bring the world together, and it's a powerful thing, man. And I just wanted to say that to you. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's how I feel when I hear the music, bro. Like, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words, man.
Yeah, man. So 2 things. First of all, I'm gonna ask my favorite question. That's my Uncle L alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
When did you know, right, that music is what I wanted to do? Like, what was the moment that you say, you know what? Nah, this music thing. You know what I mean? Because I see that you thought about being a soldier and also an auto engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you say, you know what, music?
The music has been a part of my life from ever since, forever. You know what I mean? I grew up, you know, with a mom that sung a lot. You know what I mean? And she can really sing. You know, and my father did a lot of writing. He loves to write poems and, you know what I mean, books and all them kind of thing. Very, very, very red man too, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so just the music was always around me. It was like Sunday day cleaning music. It was church. It was choirs at school and your boys group and all them kind of thing. I feel like it's more of a, when music decided to drape me and say, yo, yeah, we kind of been, you know, dancing around this whole situation for a while now, still like compare, you see me? Compare.
So the music called you.
Yeah, you know, and it called me at a time too when I was, you know, probably feeling the most low in spirits and saw that I needed, you know, an avenue to express all of these things that I was feeling within myself, you know what I mean? Yeah. Probably
Nice.
but, you know, I don't remember a particular year or day when I'm like, yo, you know, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is, you know, yeah, no, it just took it time, and it just happened when it happened, and you know, vibes, you know.
Yeah, vibes. That's a big word, you know, vibes. When you write music, right?
Yeah.
What mental place do you go to? I mean, how does it come about? Are you just sometimes riding in the car and an idea come to you, a situation happen, and you write about it? Do you have to go like in a little dark room and turn the lights off and shut everybody out? Like, what's that process like?
Well, when you say that, like, that's such a bad thing.
No. Okay, I didn't mean it like that.
Well, it's like, yo, you're going like a little dark room and Yeah, that's like the most amazing thing, my lad. You see me? For me, like I do prefer, as a matter of fact, I do prefer dark spaces to create, you know, and the thing is that I was having a discussion with somebody, and I was telling them how much I'm afraid sometimes of mental clarity, or I'm afraid of growth sometimes.
Right.
I'm afraid of healing from a lot of things, because I've created most of my music from dark places within myself, you know, and I feel like I love my music, you know, I love the music that I create, you know, and sometimes I fear that if I, you know, kind of pursue the sunshine too much, that the music will change, or you know, but it should, even though it should, you know what I mean? It should, but when I write from various places, and sometimes it's just a melody, like a crazy mumbling within my head, like a melody that I just can't shake, none at all, and it's just there until I just have to get it done, whether it's my phone or on my computer or whatever it is, I get that down. Sometimes it's just a rhythm in my head, in terms of, like, you know, there's a pattern in my head. Sometimes it's voices in my head, sometimes it's, you know, listening to the music first and then writing to that. But it all comes from my experience, you know, everything that, you know, I've seen and heard and felt, and it's just from within, and it goes outwardly, and we keep trading places to write, you know, the inner and outer. We always have to meet. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I just like to, because while you're speaking, I'm envisioning you going through the process. You know what I mean? Uncle Elgas has a question on your new project, and then we'll let you go, because, bro, we can go all day. We will talk literally all day. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Uncle El.
Yeah, so obviously, big album coming out. I believe it's going to be called From Within. I think the release date is supposed to be the 20th of September. I see you have a collaboration with Damian Marley, so I'm excited to hear that. Can you give us a little, you spill the beans a little bit about that song, and then just talk about the album, like what should we expect from it?
All right, so first I will say that I'm super excited about sharing my album with you all, you know, and I must say thanks to for all the support over the years, and, you know, just how in tune you all have been to the sounds that we put out, you know. It's really appreciated every single time you play it or listen to it or share with a family member, or, you know, just sit down quietly with it, is super appreciated, you know what I mean? And the Damian Marley tune, you know, is one of my favorite songs, actually, you know. It speaks to, you know, in my mind, all the progression and regression at the same time, you know. The way the world moves in forward motion, but in some sense we going backwards in many ways too. You know, we're at a standstill in many ways, and where we keep going back in many ways too. So in the areas that sometimes are truly important, we have regressed a lot. We've not progressed at all. So it speaks to the progression, you know, technological oppression, progression. Well, and oppression too, but you know what I mean. And these things are amazing, you know, like where you see science and medical science has gone now, and all them kind of thing is super cool. The things that the human mind is capable of, you know, but we get caught up in all of these things sometimes, and we forget little things like compassion, and we forget little things like love, and we forget little things like grace. we forget little things like companionship and relationships, and you know what I mean, we forgot that human side, you know, of the whole situation and thing, just in our pursuit for whatever it is that each person is in pursuit of. You see me? However that may look to you. But you know, that's it speaks to that, you know, just again, all that I've seen and witnessed with my own eyes or heard of, or you know. And it's a blessing to have Damian Marley on it. You know, Damian Marley is one of the artists that I absolutely rate musically. You know, I feel like he has done an excellent work. I consider him a master of his craft. You know, there's always new heights to reach or new things to do or whatever it is, but I feel like, you know, he has
right.
Yeah, he you know, so for me, you know, to have somebody like that, you know, who stands for what he stands for and represents what he represents on my first album at that too.
Yeah.
You know, it's super good. It's super cool, you know, about that. So yeah, you know, In My Time, that's track 1 on the album, In My Time. We know we drop September 20. You see me? And I'm looking forward to just being able to share. It's been a long time coming.
I'm looking forward to get the album.
Yo, like, yeah, I'm at a stage now where I'm a mix of, I'm excited. I told somebody the other day that I was over it. No, I've been waiting for forever, my lord. You see me? But you know what? I've really come to realize that though cliche it might sound, timing and time works on its own time.
Right.
You know, and not our time, you know what I mean? And time knows the right time, you know. A lot of the times a wrong time is really just by our decision. It's our decisions that really make it right or wrong or whatever it is, but it's not that time, it's the wrong timing, or, you know, some people said the timing was wrong or whatever it is. It's just really the decisions that we make for the most part. But yeah, you know, In My Time, yeah, track 1.
Nice.
So yeah, that's yeah, give thanks to Winta James as well, for that one especially, you know, just for the many flights he took, you know, going to capture Gong's vocals, because we didn't do it in the same studio.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, he had to fly out a couple times to get those done. And when they were in, I was blown away, man. I don't know if you guys have listened to it yet. Have you heard it yet?
No, I haven't heard it.
No.
Yo. Yeah, it might still.
if I can get with Orally and have her send me the album, that would be great.
Yeah.
What we would like to do is feature the whole album on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate
we would like to do a night, and when the albums come out, we'll just feature the whole thing. Just go from song to song.
Oh, wicked. Oh, one favor though, when you're doing that, I mean, you know, please don't play it super fast. You see me? Play them at the speed that we made them at.
All right.
Yeah, man, I feel that, because that's the thing today, right? Fortunately enough, we're a pair that don't do that, you know, unless it's like you know, you in a dance hall juggling mix type of thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad you said it, because it needed to be said. But yeah, you won't have to worry about that. We'll play them at the speed they were made at. Because then you change the vibration of it. You know, you change the vibration and the energy of the song.
Exactly. You know, and then it can't. Exactly, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. Exactly. It's like you go through this whole time, and you specifically, deliberately, you know, make the music the way you make the music, and then you hear somebody playing it like 3 times fast, and I'm like, yo, all right, cool, you know, like. You know, there's maybe a reason why we didn't make it that fast in the first place. So, I don't know. You know, I feel like just play the songs and let them have the impact that they are meant to have and the energy that they're supposed to bring. You know what I mean? Why do people do that anyway? I don't know. Is it like to fit more songs, or is it like the vibes, or what is it?
It's you know, first of all, people follow other people. You know what I mean? So if someone does it and they see they get a certain forward or whatever, like in the dance, and everybody wants to do the same thing. So, you know, we're creatures that don't sometimes think for ourselves. You know, that's why there's so much talking in the dance hall now. They'll play the song like, you know, 15 seconds and pull it up and run to the next song.
Yeah.
And that also means it's about the person playing the music and not the music, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, and I'll add, I think part of it too, you know, we tend to look at dancehall, reggae music, you know, Caribbean music, less in terms of, you know, the song and the value of the song, but we tend to think of it as either the rhythm or the, you know, so each song isn't taken on its own and isn't taken as a piece of work, a piece of art on it that's supposed to stand on its own. We don't normally take that perspective. So when you think about music that way, as some DJs do, then it's all like, okay, well, here's the vibe of a rhythm or the vibe of this, and so I'll just change it up to make it fit the vibe or to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, as opposed to, you know, here's a song that I heard that I really like, that has a message, the melody, the vibe, you know, what it's bringing to me. Let's preserve that and, you know, play it as how it's supposed, play it how it was made, so to speak.
Right.
Or play it without interruption, that sort of thing.
What I will also do, that I'm going to cut out this little clip where you said, please play the music at the regular speed, and I will put that online. You know, because I think it will make some folks think about it from an artist perspective.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes we don't think that it affects the artist that much. Some DJs may think they're doing you a favor just by playing the song. But not thinking like, hey, if we play the song like they made it, then the message, the way that they meant to deliver the message, will come across that way, as opposed to, you know, speeding it up.
We're all working together. You see me?
Exactly.
It's just a whole web of togetherness. You know what I mean? To keep the world rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rock on, call me. Nice up the sea. Nice, cool, angry. That's my tune too, man. Hey, Mortimer, thank you very much, bro.
Big up. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man.
Nah, no problem.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Now, the latest single I got before I let you go was Bruises. Is Bruises on the new album?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So before we go, I got to play that song. And I want you to do an introduction. Let me find it first, though. Hold on. Here, let me turn this down. Can you do me a favor and give us a introduction, a Mortimer introduction? You could even do a little acapella if you want to. No pressure. You know what I mean?
I'm too lit for acapella right
now. Okay. Just a dry intro, and then we'll play Bruises, bro. But thank you very much for the interview. Thank you for your time, and hopefully this wouldn't be the last time we interview. You know what I mean? I want to keep the relationship strong.
Bless up, y'all. This is Mortimer Senior, about to tune into a song called Bruises. Lots of love from my album In My Time. Super Neil, big up. DJ Uncle L. Lots of love, you know. Big up.
Man, respect, my brother.
Respect.
I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never used and abused? Yeah, I answer scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hear your excuse. I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never used and abused? Yeah, I answer scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hear your excuse. Yeah, I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never used and abused? Yeah, I answer scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hear your excuse. Yeah, now whiplashing, yeah, skin peeling, cracking. Black Friday save out, not pink is out. You made us heavy, yes, whip chains and sorrow. Oh, how we cried out, yeah, till our eyes dried out. I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never use and abuse? Yeah, I used to scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hurt you, rescue. Yeah, I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never use and abuse? Yeah, I used to scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hurt you, rescue.
Like say you not use me like a tool, abuse me like a mule, refuse me now your school, then accuse me.
Yeah, big respect to Lila Iké and Kabaka, you see me?
Yeah, man. Killed it, both of them.
It's always the black that pay the penalties. Scars on my back, they pay the memories. Bodies found a grave when I no cemeteries. All we got are these verses and these melodies. And trauma in a DNA we passed down. Chronic diseases, diabetes and gallstone. Cycle repeat, I know you treat me like a Ross clown. It's like a target on my back when me I walk round.
I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never use and abuse? Yeah, I used to scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hurt you, rescue. Yeah, I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never use and abuse? Yeah, I used to scorn and refuse to treat me equally. Don't wanna hurt you, rescue. Yeah.
Take it from the eyes that have seen the inner child. Many try to run from the pain they left behind. Trying to forgive this removal of my pride. I've been trying to cope with the voices in my mind. Once upon a time I wanted to hear a side, but I've come to know your mouth is full of lies. Taking all of that, but you're not satisfied. Slavery isn't something you can justify.
I've got the bruises to prove. How could you pretend you never use and
What
abuse?
a wicked combination, bro.
Give thanks, bro. Give
Lila
thanks.
Iké, man. Vibes and energy. Mortimer, once again, thank you, my brother. Nothing but love. Blessings, you
That's
know?
love. Give thanks.
Respect.
Respect.